Now, the neck moves a couple of key directions. There is flexion extension, lateral extension, and rotation. And that simply means that I can flex my neck downward. That's where I'm tucking my chin. So this is the flexion component. Extension is extending upward like this. Lateral flexion is simply tipping your head to one side or the other. If you can imagine how a boxer cultivates evasive head movements, that's part of lateral flexion in action. And then, of course, is rotation, when the head rotates about its vertical axis. And that's one of the key times where you can really injure yourself in training, so you have to be particularly careful there. So just remember, those movement patterns all need to be strengthened in concert with one another so that you have a well-rounded, balanced neck development. The first motion that we're going to work on right now is flexion. You're going to basically be tucking your chin to your chest using only gravity and the weight of your head as resistance. So you simply get on a horizontal surface that has enough clearance here that your head can drop down to full extension. So you stabilize, you always start from neutral. You start from how you would be if you were standing up and lower slowly and then back up. It's not necessary to hyper flex or go beyond your normal range of motion here. That's when injuries happen. So nice and easy, just like this. And this may not look like much, but if you're new to neck training, this is going to be sufficient resistance, just working the gravity against the weight of your head. And you can do as many repetitions as feels comfortable, and then call it quits. Over time, obviously, you're going to increase the number of repetitions as time goes on. So that's as complicated as that movement gets. It's very, very simple to do. Now, we flip over immediately and we work the opposite direction. This is going to be head extension. So we're here, we're comfortable, we start from a neutral position as best that we can, and you're simply going to let your head fall all the way down. You're not going to pull it any further than it would fall naturally, and then back up. It's typical to extend out just a little bit beyond your normal range of motion. You'll find what feels normal and comfortable once you spend some time working on these movements. And again, this is all the exercise is in its first application, performed with no weight at all. Now, the trickiest part about the next exercise is simply not falling off the bench while you're positioning yourself to perform it. This is what we call lateral extension, when we're allowing our head to tip all the way down and then back up. It's very critical on this exercise not to extend beyond the horizontal plane. And you'll simply do these until you've experienced a certain level of fatigue and you know that you're where you need to be. And you'll feel yourself get stronger. The nice thing about working on neck strength is you develop strength in this area pretty quickly. So you'll experience pretty immediate feedback, which is a pretty motivating thing to do. So here we're actually going to go down to the other side of the bench and we're going to work that other side. So I'm letting my head fall down and I'm back up. And you'll notice that I'm not going quickly, I'm not snapping. These movements are all very smooth. They have to be smooth, they have to be controlled, because this is a very easy area to injure, even though you're trying to do something productive here. Now, the last movement that we do is back on our backs, and that's the rotation. Again, this can be very dangerous if there's any snapping or if you're out of alignment while you're performing the exercise. So I get myself back in position. I feel where neutral is. I'm good here, and I'm going to slowly rotate to the right and then to the left. Back to the right and to the left. All of these are very simple. Don't overthink them. Don't try to make them more complicated than they are. But you need to work on all of those planes of motion in order to have a sufficient balance of musculature. You'll see sometimes people will get a neck harness and they'll just simply do extensions. There's nothing wrong with building up those extensor muscles, but if you're not building up the flexion muscles, if you're not building up both sides of your neck, you're setting yourself up for injury. And that's the opposite of what we want to accomplish here.